Welcome back to part 2 of my Minecraft chunky builds. Today will be a continuation of the Trovian chunk castle that I built in the last part, and I will be showing you how to build this second level, first floor, whatever, second floor, whatever you like calling it. It's just going to be this next one up here that I'm looking at. We're going to be starting to build this. Just so you know, this build here will be pretty similar to the last one we did, with a few differences. Some being that it's going to be a top here to this one. You're going to put some like battlements and stuff here, crenellations. You're going to have a floor for the outside here. As you can see here, it's not all the wood, because that's going to be outside, and I didn't like the wood on the outside, so that's because it's going to be like a little balcony here, or like a little rooftop viewing area. This area here will be indented in for the storage room, and then we'll have this little spot here which won't be cobblestone and stuff, and I'll show you why that is in the next part, because it'll be connected, well, as you can see here, it'll actually be connected to the attic room there. So anyway, let's get started. So it's pretty much the same as before. So you'll find the area, you'll find where the pillars are. I guess we'll just start off with the pillars for now. So if you remember, it's 5 high. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll go all these pillars. It's all where the andesite is. So we'll do this all the way around to get the pillars, to give you an idea of where. Stop flying there for a second. Okay, so. Oh, come on. I might start just doing it like this here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just do this for now. And then, okay, so that's done. So then go up. Do the last 2. Just so that way I'm not having to keep climbing. And okay, so that's it. And now it'll just be the andesite. So put that on top. Have all those done. So all the pillars will be done for this part. There, and then we'll start on the walls, which are pretty much exactly the same, except the only difference is there's no doors. So we'll be putting in the foundation, kind of like the foundation that we did the last time. So we'll be putting all these across. All the cobblestone and the accent block there. Oop. Over here. Triggering a little bit fast. Oh, yep, see, there I go again. Okay, so cobblestone over here, cobblestone out here, and the final little bit there. So now all the andesite's placed down, so we can move on to the stone bricks. So the stone bricks is the same. It's 3 high. And then we'll be for the walls. Here, I'll do the battlements. I'll just keep going around since I'm already at this level, filling in these bricks. So you do 1, 2, just like we did below. It's going to follow this same pattern. Spaces for the windows, and then mirror, the same over there. So skip a spot, do 2, skip a spot 1, and then just the old 3 wall here, with the space for the windows. Okay, so now that that's done, the only thing we have to do, we can put in these battlements here real quick, and it's the same thing as before. We put in this little bit of a window peephole to shoot out of here. So the stairs, just like this. There'll be a block of brick on top. And then it's just a matter of getting the ones upside down. So either way that you prefer doing it, there's plenty of ways, just as long as you get the blocks on top and do the stairs like that. So we'll continue that around till we get the bastions all done. Got 2 left. This part probably won't be very long because this part's not too hard to do. It's just the differences from this one to the one below, because there's a lot of similarities, but then there's a few things different, and sometimes you can mess up the build. I've done that before, trying to build this you get a little confused with some of the pieces, and it's very important that you kind of get them in the right spot, otherwise it messes you all up. So now let's get the slabs put all the way around, just like we did before. Slabs, and all the way around on the tops here. Nearly there. Oh. Okay, so now that that's all done, now we'll just go on to the cobblestone and the accent block like we did before. It's going to be exactly the same, except for this wall over here, and it's very important that you get it on this wall over here, right, because it will mess you up. It messed me up in the last time I tried doing this because I didn't realize that that's where it started. So you do the same thing. So you put a block there, you skip, block, skip, block. This one will be one here, and it's very important for that you get the window established early, so that way you don't get confused, because it's going to be for this here, the little attic window there, and it goes down a level, and if you don't put that in, if you end up putting cobblestone and stuff, you're going to think the brick goes up one more higher, and then it gets you confused like I did the last time I tried building it. So yeah, it's going to be the same, like accent blocks in between, but all cobble. And if you don't have to use cobble if you don't like. I know some people don't like the look of cobble. I don't mind it a little bit. I like sometimes using it as like a more of a foundation block, or just kind of like an accent here. And you don't even have to have the accent block if you don't want. If you just liked having the cobblestone there, you could just do the crenellations here, or the battlements, just like that if you prefer. This is just the way, I'm just showing you exactly the way I built it, just so that way you guys can get the shell done, and then you can do any improvements that you would like to after it's done. And like I said before, I believe I mentioned it in my introduction video, and I think I mentioned it the last time too, I'm going to be going over in part 5, because I'm just going to be building that little tower in part 5, and just to make it a little bit longer, I might cover some optional stuff that I've come up with for this build after when it's finished, so that way you can, like, if you like this idea or that, you know, there's some balconies or something, or some structural changes like that that might interest you. So if you would like to, you can, after the video part 5's over, when I'm done with the tower, you can check that out and see if there's anything else in there that you would like to change or add to the castle after. This is just the way that I had it in Trove, so I'm just recreating it exactly like that. So now that that's done, it's pretty much just the stairs. Let's get the stairs done real quick. The stairs, the floor and the ceiling, and then the windows and stuff, and then that'll be it, I believe. So let's continue up the stairs. So you continue up the stairs, and an odd thing about the way the spacing and the floor is when I told you down below that it had to start on the first floor, ground floor here, it had to start right here. I found a way to keep it so it's not too off from the floor, all the floors up. So I'll show you here in a second what happens is this one will actually be one lower. So you might want to do like, oops, I think maybe what it was like this. Yes, that's what it was. So this one will actually be one lower, so opposed to this one. So this one will be up higher, so you put slabs to go down, and then this one will be one lower, so you put slabs to go up. And I'll show you here in a second when I get the, I'll switch over to the floor blocks. Let's see, I need the glass, slabs, or the trapdoors and the doors. Actually, I don't even need the doors in this one, since I used those last time. So let's put in the floor. The floor is going to be pretty much the same as it was before. It's going to be the slab on the second stone brick here. And that's so, like I mentioned in the last part, that's so you can put in any kind of ceiling you want out of slabs up here, and that way it won't show in through the floor because we'll be putting another block on top. I think that's kind of a cool idea to have. I usually liked having it doubled up just for that. Unless you prefer carpets. I don't really care for carpets that much, so that's why I'm just doing it with the blocks themselves. Okay, so now when you get to this part, this is where the floor, when you put these slabs down, are actually going to stay in this little section here, this little wing. It's going to stay slabs, and you'll find out why later. It's pretty much, I'll just tell you now, it's pretty much because of the chests, because the storage room that I turned the attic into, it actually, leaving it right here gives you space to put 3. If you put a block on top of here, it's going to take away 2 spaces. So let me actually keep these. I may end up using these bricks and this just to kind of wall it off. I'll put that there, and then put this, because you're going to want to kind of wall that off a little bit so that way this enters into like the little storage room that I've made. So that'll be that kind of separated off. So now we just pretty much put in the floor blocks here. And this can be whatever floor block. I mean, I know, like I said in the last part, some of you might not like wood because it can burn, especially if you might want to put in like some kind of fire or something inside to light up the area, and you don't want it to catch on fire or have flame turned off. That would probably be good too, but I just prefer the wood, especially the logs on the outside, because of the contrast. I just like how it's a lot different than just looking at stone over and over. Okay, so now that that's done, the only thing pretty much left is the windows, and I think I actually forgot to put in like I did last time, these tower windows. There'll be the stairs, and then the trapdoor. I'll just close that. There. So that'll be like that. So now we just put in the windows. And the windows will be the other, just like last time, there'll be the space in between the walls here. And we're nearly done. Go around here, finish up these. One more, I think. And I think that should just about do it. So now you have pretty much half the castle finished. Because like I said, the last part's just going to be that little tower on the top. For the inside builds, this is actually halfway done. So you have halfway of the castle pretty much done. The little tower will take probably not very long at all. That's why we'll cover like optional stuff at the end. But that should be it for this part. We could actually put the battlements in here now. I'll show you how I did them, just so that way they're done. I put these bricks going this way. And then on the top here, actually I kind of messed up on this little crenellation here. Just because of this being a roof where you're actually going to be seeing the crenellations or battlements in front of you, I made these higher. So what you'd want to do is actually put like bricks like this. Or you could just do the slabs and double them up. But basically like where you would have normally put the crenellations, which I actually didn't put in yet. I can go put those all in right now. I need to get the slabs out real quick. Oops. Lost my button. So normally where you would have put the crenellations here, and actually this is supposed to be bricks. I did that. I even mentioned it at the beginning of the video and I still messed it up. All the way to the red block here, you're going to want to put in I used cobblestone and bricks. I just put cobblestone here to kind of do as an outline. And then the bricks here, because this will be the outside. And I just didn't like the look of wood being on the outside, because you're going to be putting the walls here and the door is going to be right here for the next level. So we'll finish putting in the crenellations, and then I'll put the ones for the front, because they're a little bit different. Okay, that's that. Remember, we put a block here, because the stairs don't work in the corners. So slab, 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 slab. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by you can either use slabs or you can use bricks. So this here, since this is going to be the outside, what you can do is you can either double this up and then put one here. So that way it kind of has more of a lip, so it's not just a drop off. So you can do the same thing here. You can either go like that, or you can just put a brick there, brick block. But either way, that should be all of this done now, because you can get up here. I got the stairs done, I got the windows done. It looks like I have all the crenellation battlements put in, and that should just about do it here. We got half of it done, and it wasn't as long as the first one. That's good. So I'll end it here. Hope you enjoyed this part. I mean, if you've watching this one, you've probably watched at least the last part, and we're getting this castle done. Thanks for joining me if you have been building along, and hopefully it's been helpful to you and was easy to follow, so you can continue to build this with me here, and we'll be done in a few more parts. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.